Will DVLT retest the $3 levels and potentially even squeeze all the way upwards of the $4 levels? Or is this a ticker which is glory days are behind it? You should be locking your profits or cutting your loss and walking away from. What's up, friends? Today, we're discussing DVLT under 3 different lenses: the why, the what, the where. The why, we're going to be doing counts breakdown. The what, we're going to be doing some stock lenses. The where, I'm going to tell you guys where to get in and where to get out. So without further ado, hit the thumbs up button now. Let's get to work. Now, DVLT is a video which a couple of days ago, guys, I came out with a video on it explaining, telling you guys that best stock to trade for Monday, and this was going to be another one. This is the best penny stock to go out and trade for next week, and this is going to be another ticker DVLT. That's right, my friends, ticker DVLT. Now, today's video is going bam, right? And now, what levels did I say? Go ahead and get it. Run, and it's going to run massively. Now, the levels that I want to be watching, guys, is I want to be watching potentially for a dip all the way down to the $2 levels. If it gives us a dip down to $2, I'm 100% buying that. The next level that I want to be watching is going to be a breaking of the $3 levels. If we break $3, the levels that it's going to be going to, it will be testing the $350 to $360 range, which is going to be a 20% move from the $3 break, right? So the way you want to play these tickers is you either want to be buying the dip or you want to be buying the break of previous swing resistances, right? For a momentum move to the upside. What you don't want to be doing is you don't want to be buying it in midway where the stock is kind of stuck in a limbo of not yet deciding whether it's going to continue going up or it's going to reverse and head back down to the downside. Bam, right? Now, congratulations everyone who did go ahead and buy that $2 dip, right? It ripped from $2.20. Actually, it ripped from $2.05, but it came back and tested $2.20 and it went all the way upwards of the test of the $3 levels. Now, of course, we didn't get to play the break of $3 because, you know, $3 did not break, but it is what it is, right? I think that it's too soon to call it and say that it's over for this ticker. In fact, I think that the levels that it really needs to hold is going to be this $2 level. If we manage to hold $2, I think that we can actually see the $3 to $4 range once again. But this $3 level has now become even more of a, serious level of resistance for this ticker than it ever was, right? I mean, the $3 levels, we knew that it was going to be a resistance, but now it's became even a tougher level for the stock to break, right? And as these rejections keep piling up and keep piling up, the level gains strength over and over and over again. So now, realistically, the levels that I want to be buying would be down to $2. I'll play the break, bounce from $2 to something like, let's say $2.30 to $2.40. That would be good, 15 to 20% gains. Then the next levels that I would want to be buying would be the break of $3, because if we break $3, my friends, we're easily seeing $3.50 to $3.60, which again is another 15 to 20% gains for you guys there as well. So those are the entries that I would have on this ticker. Now, the problem with this ticker, guys, is that for me at least, I'll tell you guys this, I think that it's like a ticking time bomb, right? Now, why do I say it's a ticking time bomb? Because the company barely has any cash, right? The company right now has 1.6, these numbers are based off of their most recent SEC filings, just so you know. The company right now has $1.6 million in the bank. They're burning $7.73 million every single 4 months, leaving them with less than, almost 15 days, right? It's like less than 20 days of cash left on hand, right? So when you take that into account, that, hey, listen, there's a company that has less than 20 days of cash left on hand, you realize that they only have one of two options: dilution or bankruptcy. They're not going to go bankrupt, they're going to dilute. What is dilution? Dilution is not good. This is when you wake up in the morning and your stock is down 20%, 30%, 40%. I mean, take a look at CJET, right? When we take a look at CJET, let's give CJET a watch, right? This is when you get price action like you did over here on CJET, which is just death, right? You just get this massive death candle from $2.50 all the way down to $1, right? This is what happens. This is what dilution looks like, my friends, right? There's massive drop off of the cliff. This is what it looks like, okay? So for me, when it comes to DVLT, this isn't even a ticker that I would like to hold overnight. And I told you guys this before as well. I said, when it comes to DVLT, man, I don't want to be holding this ticker overnight because you don't know which morning you're going to wake up and they're going to come out and they have announced an offering. They've announced an offering and the stock is now at $2. So the stock now is at like $1.80 or something like that, right? Now, another level which would be a really good pickup level would be $1.70 levels-ish, okay? They're $70, $80-ish for a test of $2. So that would be another good level for you guys to play as well if it does get over there. But the bounce of this $2 levels will likely be solid. The bounce of $2 all the way upwards of at least a $2.20, 10% gains. Lock it home and walk off, right? Now, we do have today was the cutoff day for their what's the name of, we'll just call it we'll just say dividend, okay? Today was pretty much the cutoff date for their dividend, but the company did also receive some form of news today, so let's go over here and let's read this news, even though the news was not really anything that major, but let's read exactly what it says. So I believe that this was, it says Dvlt 8 turns raw into a $7 million deal with, okay, so they got a $7 million deal now. $7 million deal for a company that has a market cap of $700 million is, you know, it's a 1% deal, okay? So that's why it's really not that big of a deal, all right? That's really what it is. Now, overall, I think that, you know, this is a ticker that has shown us that it is sensitive to news though, right? Meaning that anytime we get a catalyst, it starts running and there's no holding it back. So for me, I think that this is one of those tickers which is worth holding on to, right? It is worth holding on to. I don't think you should necessarily be cutting your losses because, you know, I do see it returning back upwards of the $3 levels once again. But the problem becomes, are they going to dilute? Are they going to dilute before that happens, right? Because if they come up with an offering, then everything's going to change, right? And now we're dealing with a whole complete different level of supply addition, and things are going to look really messy. So that's that. Now, listen, I trade almost every single day, okay? If you guys are interested, if you guys are losing money, okay? If you're losing money every single day, right? Or you're finding trouble being consistent, I got good news for you guys. Right now, our private community is on a 50% sale for the next 10 members that join. It comes with a 2 weeks free trial and a 30 days money back guarantee. No one else is offering this. No one else is doing 2 weeks free trial, 30 days money back guarantee. We want you to join. We want you to make money. If you make money, come back for more. That's what it looks like. We give you day trade alerts, swing alerts, option alerts, lessons, one-on-one access, dividend stocks, crypto alerts, you name it, we got it. And this is what our alerts look like. We give it a ticker. This is literally on Friday. We give it a ticker. We give it an entry. We give it an exit. We give it a stop loss. We also tell you how many shares we are buying in your portfolio. How do we do so? So we use a $10,000 account as a benchmark, okay? So we said 10 shares in a 10K account. Okay, so let's say you have a 30K account, you go and you buy 30 shares. Let's say you have a 50K account, you buy 50 shares. Simple and easy, right? And we've been crushing it. We've been crushing it. Again, Wilson says, hi Sam, thank you for working on community. My 7 days trial finish was great. I thank you for the membership this week. 7K and 7-day free trial. We no longer do a 7-day free trial. This back in the day. Now we do a 2 weeks free trial and a 30 days money back guarantee, okay? Literally today, my man says Dvlt Sam, $186 brought in. Brandon Man says, excellent return on a 0-day call. Shout out options chat for Excel mentors. I appreciate you. $460. Iron HT, we made a killing on that. PA says, Top Trade Academy, best trading community, $20,000 on the day. This is now, again, Friday. XX Jamie says, I joined after getting burned in Moon Market Discord from Pump about 5 months ago. Easily best decision I ever make. You working hard, Sam. $25,000 pretty much the last year to date. We've been crushing it, man. We've been absolutely crushing it day in, day out. Go over here. Lily didn't kill yourself says this is now last week Thursday. She says this community changed my life. A few thousand. You know, I'm not gonna read all these, but you know, you guys can pause it and read all this by yourself if you like, guys. But give it a shot. Okay. Again, 2 weeks free trial, 30 days money back guarantee. Next 10 members, 50% discount. It doesn't get any better than this. Give it a shot. I promise you, it'll be the best decision you've ever made. Thank you for watching. Your boy Sam from Dvlt Academy.